host of the Gridiron.
All right, welcome to the Gridiron, baby. If you give this video a thumbs up and maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking awesome. I'd really appreciate it. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way, next time I go live, or if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? It's absolutely free of charge. But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you want to help support my channel out, description box, top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. And then finally, a little just underneath the link takes you to my membership page. As the link, it takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 9,400 members in the group. It's doing simply marvelous. But basically, if I'm alive and breathing, and if I got internet access, I'm putting stuff in this group darn near 365. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. Well, first of all, happy belated Thanksgiving, I guess, everybody. I mean, now Thanksgiving's over with and all. Hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you had you enjoyed it with some loved ones, and hope you whatever your choice of food was, if it's a turducken, whether it's turkey, chicken, or a duck, or whether it's ham, or if you went to McDonald's, whatever it was. I hope you had a wonderful time. Hope you're stuffed. Hope you put on 10 pounds, like I think I did. My wife, she's a very good cook. I'm very lucky, very lucky. So we sat here, we ate a lot, watched the football games and all and everything. So, but another day, another loss for the New York Football Giants. It's this time it was kind of a lot of some of the same stuff. Yeah, some of the same stuff. Just once again, also another loss to the Cowboys too. The one nice thing is we're still right now. Now I don't know how it's going to go or anything like that after this wave of this weekend rolls around. But I mean, as of right now, because the Giants are 2-10, we got the number 1 pick overall. And as I said, if the Raiders were to lose, if Jacksonville were to lose, I don't know if we'll still be 1 or if we're 2 or exactly what. But I mean, as of right now, we got the number 1 pick. So we got that going for us. But it just we're getting ready. Going to be getting ready for New Orleans, right? I don't want to say it's a winnable game. You don't want to say New York Football Giants and winnable in the same sentence. It just doesn't go. It's like oil and water. It doesn't go. But they got 10 days to rest up from this. Unfortunately, it looks like quite a few guys. I mean, like I don't even know if they had even any defensive linemen left to play. I think they had. I think the Scottish Hammer. I think Jamie Gillen was out there playing Sexy Dexies, and I think one of the assistant coaches was next to him. So I think we had the punter and assistant coach playing defensive line. And it's just unbelievable. It really is. I mean, it's also kind of like, if you saw the Lion game, the first, I mean, it was like every other play, there was another Lion like limping off the field. It was unbelievable. But anyway, with the Giants, I mean, we're going to talk about Dable, his little presser he had afterwards, and the questions that got asked him and his responses. But, actually, it's like, he had nothing on Bobby Okereke, but Sexy Dexy's got an elbow, so he left. I mean, that didn't help the run defense at all. We're going to go over that in a little bit. Nacho, I think it was a stinger. I'll read this article. And DJ Davidson, I think he had a back. I think it was. Well, once again, so let me go over this here before I get too crazy about it. But I mean, so let's go here. So we got Dable here. Let's see. on if Tommy could be ready to play next week. Probably. It's nothing over the top. I mean, meaning he doesn't have any broken bones or nothing like that, but it's swollen. Right. So now it's not a 1 week thing. Now we have 10 days off. So maybe the swelling can go down and maybe, but he didn't commit either way. He definitely didn't say, if Tommy, the right arm, if Tommy's the swelling goes down, he can throw the ball, and said he's definitely the starting quarterback, or so he didn't say. But then again, once again, you don't know if the swelling's going to go down enough for him to play. So, but he was on the sideline. It was good to see. So you got Drew Lock, you got Tommy Chicken Cutler Parmesan, you had Tim Boyle. We had the Fab Three. We had sure going to win a lot of Super Bowls with those guys. Anyway, on a Tommy, let's see. On if Tommy is still the quarterback, if he's healthy moving forward. I said, well, we just got done playing here. We have a few days to go back and watch this game. Thought Drew, I'm going to go over Drew in a little bit. He said, I thought Drew did some good stuff. There was a couple of things he didn't do too well, but Singletary got hit pretty good trying to get out there on that screen. It didn't mess up the timing. Yeah, he thought he could get around him rather than layer over the top. There was nobody out there. The guy who was covered, his man, the guy made a nice play. That was overshown, I guess it was. But you can see on that play, right, Locke gets the ball and Overshown comes crashing in. Singletary steps up to kind of steps up to me. But, the guy's running full speed. It's kind of tough for a guy to brace himself, basically standing on, and while the guy's running almost like full speed into him. So he hit him. Singletary bounced back, whatever, probably at least a yard or so. And then he went out into the flat. And of course, the Danny Dimes thing popped up, right? So where Danny's like thrown out in the flat, and what was it, Van Ginkel, whatever, stuck his hand out, knocked the ball up in the air just perfectly. So I'm going to catch it and run for a touchdown. Well, the same thing happened here, right? Drew tried to throw it more like on a line, right? If he lobbed it up, and Daves was talking about this, instead of trying to go over. Because, if you throw it up high enough, there's nothing the guys can do about it, right? And he was also talking about it seemed like there was a lot of open room in front of Singletary there. So if he could have lobbed it up over him, Singletary maybe, catches it and maybe makes a nice game out of it. It's just things like that. You look at it, it's like, we lost by how much? How much was that one play worth? Then there's the fumble. Once again, starting. There's a couple of things. It's like deja vu all over again, right? Well, good old Eric Gray, right? Hey, let's put him back. Let's have Eric Gray return kickoffs. What's Eric Gray known for? Kickoffs. Happened again here, didn't it? Thankfully, I believe we got the ball back, right? But that interception. That was 7 points right there. Immediately 7 points. Of course, we lost by 7 points. Then there was the fumble. Once again, in the beginning, the first drive of the second half. I bring that up because that's the same thing that happened to us. I believe it was against the Commanders when we played them in Washington. I think it was Singletary. He fumbled the ball. We got down. I think he got down around the 34 to 33 yard lines on the first drive of the second half. We're marching down the field. He made a nice run, really nice run, but he gets tackled down by the sideline. Ball gets punched out, and the Commanders get the ball. So that kind of killed the drive for the Giants. But here, with this fumble with Locke, he got hit. But I think it was 6 plays later, the Cowboys scored a touchdown. Just once again, no turnovers. I'm gonna go over some turnovers in a little while here too. And and even Tom Brady brought this up too. He said one of the biggest determining factors in wins and loses in a football game is turnovers. And once again, the Giants. Let me see here. What we got here? How many? Let's see here. 2024. New York. Just want to see how many turnovers the Giants have this season. How many turnovers the defense got this season? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 9 turnovers. So they played, 12 games, and they have 9 turnovers. I mean, just once again, lost the turnover battle again. Once again, we haven't won. Hold on there. We haven't won the turnover battle. Do this again. Here we go. All year long, we've not won game. We've won the turnover battle. And that, yeah, let's see. Let's see, Minnesota, we were 2-2. Cleveland, we were 2-2. 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. Yeah, yep. Not one game this year have we won the turnover battle. The first game against Minnesota, we each had 2. They had 2, we had 2. The Commanders, we had 1. We had 1 turnover. The one that opening drive of the second half. That was the turnover that might have taken points off the board for the Giants. We wound up losing by 3 points. The Commanders didn't have any turnovers. The third game against Cleveland, we had 2. They had 2. Let's not forget the opening drive of the game. What, about 4.5 seconds into the game, the Browns were up 7-0. Because why? What? Who? Huh? Yeah. Huh? What? Huh? Eric Gray fumbled the kickoff. Right. First play. Right. Murray, beautiful pass. Good pass. You know, it Coop in the corner in the end zone over there. It was a great pass, great catch, all that stuff. Give him credit, but a turnover, right? The Dallas game, we had 1, they had none. Seattle, we had 1, they had 1. Cincinnati, we had 1, they had 1. The Eagles, we had none, they had none. The Steelers, we had 2, they had 1. The Commanders, we had 1, they had none. The Panthers, we had 3, and they had 1. Tampa Bay, we had 1, they had 1. And this week, it was 2-0, I believe it was. Yeah, we had 2, and they had none. Yeah. So, once again, this is the 12th game of the season. We have not one time this season won the turnover battle. We're 12 games in, and we have 9 turnovers from the defense. Just, I mean, yeah. Once again. If we could have gotten a turnover, if we could have prevented a turnover, I mean, it's just the plays you can't take back. There's no takesy backsies. I mean, right? I mean, if he lobs the ball up, where Singletary's out and he lobs it up and he gives it a chance to run underneath the ball, catch it in stride, right? Maybe gets down the sideline, makes a nice big gainer out of it, but certainly avoids a pick six. As I said, once again, we lost by 7. So, but let me go here. Back to Dave's here. Let's see. Any updates on Sexy Dexy? He has an elbow. Dexter has an elbow. Nacho has a stinger on his neck, and DJ shoulder. Okay, a shoulder. I thought he said back. Anything on Bobby Okereke? I think he was going to get an X-ray. Dave said he didn't have anything on Bobby. And why the running back was lined up often behind John Runyon as a protector. Well, that's because where where Zimmer winds up sending his blitzers at. So if can take away from the help you can give their tackles if there are mismatches. Yeah, I'd say we had a number of jams with the tight ends. That's one less guy out there. They have it, I'd say, a fair amount of jams, not on every play, but jams with the tight end. Sometimes you get jams with the running backs. They mug them up there, and they have a surge protection scheme. We had a number of chips and jams and things like that. But I'm going to go over the offensive line in a little bit. On the offensive struggles over 3 games with 3 different quarterbacks in 3 straight games, we just got done playing here. Today was a couple of turnovers, and there were certainly plays where we had opportunities to either make make a call whether it be, but we weren't just not good enough. On if the quarterbacks can even operate under the kind of pressure that Drew faced today. I'm gonna go over that a little bit. On not being able to improve the run defense. Yep. I mean, I'm going to go over that in a little bit. On if this game's effort was more indicative of what the team you want to see despite the loss. We'll go back and look at it. I think these guys competed all the way to the end. Again, there's certain plays throughout the game that we have an opportunity to make them or whatever it be. We didn't get the job done. On the team's string of losses, John has said that he wants to remain patient with the process. Do you think these results will lead him and go back on that? No, I don't like the results. Nobody likes the results. But again, I have confidence in the people. We just got to do better. Then they ask him if he's worried about his job security. I mean, what the heck? They were asking him about Drew Lock. So, I mean, it's just obviously a bunch of questions. I mean, it's just, yeah. The Giants came, I mean, we're down, 27-10 going into the fourth quarter. We scored 10 points going into the fourth, which was good. Let's see, what do we got? We were 3 out of 12 on third downs. We won 1 for 1 on fourth down, but 3 out of 12 basically was at 25% on third down conversions. Not good enough. The Cowboys were 7 out of 15 on third down conversions. We only had 247 yards. Now, the 247 yards, the one thing is is because 70 of it came on the first drive. And so what, 247? So we had 107. Basically, after whatever, the last 3.5 quarters of the game, we had like 170 yards of offense. I mean, a decent amount of that was in the last quarter when we scored some points. So I mean, the final part of this first quarter, the second quarter, and third quarter, I mean, we just were not moving the ball much at all. I mean, that's when we fell behind. I'm going to go over the Russian defense. Our Russian, what do we have? We averaged 5.5 yards a carry, but a lot of that was Drew Lock. I mean, the running backs here, I mean, our running backs, I mean, Tracy did not run, we didn't do a good job blocking. Tracy ran the ball 9 times for 32 yards, 3.6 yards a carry. Singletary was 3.3 yards a carry. And Malik Neighbors ran it 1 time for 4 yards. But our 2 running backs ran it 16 times for 55 yards. That's like 3.5 yards a carry. I mean, that's not going to get it done. I mean, I'm sorry. Just not going to get it done. They ran the ball better. Dowdy, whatever. Rico Suave, Rico Dowdle, Rico Suave, I'll call him. He had a career year. I'm sorry, he had a career game. I mean, my God, the penalties. I mean, 13 of them, 100 yards, 13 of them. I mean, time of possession wasn't bad. It was kind of even. We had 28.5 minutes, they had 31.5 minutes. So it was relatively even there. But the 2 turnovers, the 13 penalties, and that was 13 accepted penalties. I'm sure there was probably a couple penalties in there that we had that they didn't accept. Just way too many penalties. The one nice thing was we were 2 for 2 in the red zone. So when we got in the red zone, we scored. And then Gano was 2 for 2 on the field goals. So that was good. But I mean, obviously there wasn't, yards per pass, 3.4 yards per pass is it's like half of what you want. 7 is not bad. 7's acceptable. 3.4 yards per pass. I mean, obviously, of course, a lot of it was also, the fact that we lost sack yardage too. You got sacked 6 times. I mean, right? I mean, just I don't know we're gonna go over that, but just another sad, I mean, some of the things are the same, right? But some of it is just, there's always going to be a few different things that wind up leading the Giants to defeat. Now, of course, now you see is that, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. We don't have a Patrick. Of course, you're not going to get a Patrick Mahomes. We don't have a Patrick Mahomes / Josh Allen / number one upper echelon quarterback, which of course every team is looking for. We don't have that, right? On that one play, quite possibly, maybe maybe somebody, and Patrick Mahomes or somebody doesn't either throw it or he throws it up high. Just things happen. Between with Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, and Drew Lock here. I mean, we just it doesn't matter. Put Tim Boyle in that. We do not have an NFL number one quarterback. Plain and simple, right? Our offensive line is just, of course, it doesn't help that our two starting tackles aren't in there, right? Because they're injured. But it just goes to show you that the guys that we got behind them, it was just absolutely horrible. Just a straight up nightmare. Straight up nightmare. I said I'm going to go over, a little bit in a bit here, but just straight up trash. Absolute straight up trash. So we gave the Cowboys their first win at home this season. And they were even talking about the Cowboys maybe. I mean, because the Cowboys got to play the Bengals and then they got to play the Carolina Panthers. And then they were talking about somehow maybe the Cowboys might wind up 7-7 somehow with 3 games left. And then somehow their playoff aspirations might still be, right? But I mean, they talked about the playoffs. I mean,